Girls, which is a new hot show on HBO that's getting so much attention, and it is so freaking controversial, and we're gonna weigh in that mix too. Why don't we let our resident boy start us off?
Girls is a half-hour dramedy on HBO, written, directed, starring, and executive produced by Lena Dunham. Takes place in Brooklyn, New York. It follows these 4 girls. We have Lena Dunham as Hannah. We have Allison Williams playing Marnie, Hannah, one of Hannah's best friends, who is snobby and highbrow, and her main problem... Yeah, oh, she's super controlling, and her main problem is that she wants to break up with her boyfriend of 4 years because he's too nice.
What a horrible problem to have. That's just atrocious.
We have Shoshana, played by...
Zosia. Mamet.
She's dumb as rocks.
She is pretty dumb. She's
adorable, but she's dumb as rocks.
She plays the sorostitute character, as I like to call her. The one who went to a sorority and is, oh my God. And she sits on her couch, like petting a furry pillow, and she's in a Snuggie watching the Game Show Network. Like, that's all you need to do to describe this character. And that's not saying that she's a bad character.
She's actually my favorite.
She's very funny. Last but not least, we have Jessa, played by Jemima Kirke.
Oh, she works my nerves.
Why?
I'm sorry. She's obnoxious.
She's the snobby British girl. She's supposed to be obnoxious.
It's an interesting mix of characters, an interesting mix of young women who really don't have a vision for themselves. They don't have a plan for their future. They're working some stuff out. And I have to say that I really applaud HBO for, again, taking risks and showing us something that network television generally doesn't show. Here we have young women who don't have it all together, who are trying to figure it out, who make a whole lot of mistakes.
It's not as if the humiliating events just happen to these girls. You know,
it's definitely their fault,
yes,
right?
They do very silly things, and then they seem to really enjoy being degraded by men. Lena Dunham's character of Hannah, who dresses up like a whore, and then basically says to her boyfriend, do me like I'm a whore.
But to Lena Dunham's credit, she has found a way to articulate and render the kinds of dumb decisions and situations we find ourselves in at a very early age. What's resonating for a lot of particular young women in their 20s, they're looking at this and going, oh my God, I had that same experience.
As unlikable and as difficult as these characters are to watch on the show, I find Lena Dunham stands out the most because all the other characters are so irritating that she just becomes this shining star for me. I love watching her. Every time she's on screen, I have a big grin on my face. She has the quippiest dialogue, and I think her performance is really honest. There's something really receptive about her performance.
She's a little obnoxious
sometimes.
Oh
no, don't say that.
I mean, honestly, they're all obnoxious, you're right. Well, the thing about her writing and everything about this show really that sort of rubs me the wrong way is that she makes me think that her writing is hip and cool, but it's not really hip and cool. And I notice it every once in a while when something will happen that's just a little too ridiculous for a 24-year-old girl to go through. And that's what really takes me out of it.
What I'm having right now is an inappropriate physical reaction to my total joy for you and your self-discovery.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. And listen, I want you to know that this exploration was very much inspired by you.
I do explore.
You do.
I mean, right now I'm seeing this guy, and sometimes I let him hit me on the side of my body, so.
Lena Dunham is clearly a driven and passionate artist. I applaud her putting her averageness in direct confrontation with the traditional ways in which Hollywood is always putting Brooklyn Deckers up and saying that this is what's really hot. Where I find fault with the show is the degree to which she needs to put herself on display. Is this pseudo-fake mumblecore navel gazing. And for me, I'm just like, your navel ain't that cute.
Oh.
I don't have a problem with her being entitled, self-centered, egocentric. Now tell me what somebody who is that way thinks about the rest of us. Mm-hmm. Look out into the world and notice that there's something going on out here other than you.
I do commend the idea that it avoids showing characters learning. It's saying that people don't necessarily always grow. I like that realistic aspect of the show. I just wish the characters were more likable. That's really my major complaint.
It's not even so much that that they don't grow. It's just that they refuse to see the possibility of growth from external factors is really what I think it is.
They would only grow if they made the decision themselves.
Yeah, if Hannah was like, wow, my life's really screwed up, I should probably get my shit together, then it might happen. But the thing is they're so in their own freaking worlds that they're just kind of like, eh.
I just find the quippy dialogue so entertaining, and there are just moments where the dialogue is so honest that I have said those phrases to my friends in private moments. Like, they put dirty laundry on the air, which I think is honest and brave.
I agree. I think the dirty laundry being exposed is part of the fabulousness of the show. Yeah. I think, unfortunately, coming out of the mouths of those women does not render them.
Yeah.
I think it does not render them empathetic, but pathetic.
So why don't we just vote on it and get our final verdicts out of the way? Let's do this.
Okay. It's about time that we have a show on television that shows the life of young women trying to navigate the world and figure a whole bunch of stuff out. Unfortunately, Girls treats this population a little too vapidly and sells them short. And so I'm going to say skip it.
Ladies, I don't know what to decide about the show. There's a part of me that likes it. There's a part of me that doesn't. So I guess I'm just going to say, if you have any interest in the show, check it out. Stream it.
I really like Lena Dunham, and I really enjoyed the quippy, honest dialogue. And for that, I'm just going to hope that the show surrounding it gets a lot better. I say see it.
Our votes add up to 1.5 tickets, which is a stream it. And you know what? I'm really okay with that verdict. So, salute.
To Lena.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?